So I never expected that I would buy a very expensive, brand new, new release camera and have it fail on me on day 2, but that's what's happened. So I recently just picked up the Lumix S1. My wife actually pre-ordered it for me. I got it here the day of the release, and I was able to use it for a total of a day and a half. So I used it here in my hometown, used it just going out into the country, taking pictures, every place that I can think of. And we decided to take a trip to Yosemite National Park, and I thought this is the perfect time to use my camera. I can shoot some amazing landscape portraits with the high resolution mode, so I can give that a try. I can check out the image stabilization as I'm going down trails, stuff like that. I can even stay late and do some astrophotography, be able to take some portraits of my family and see how well the camera does there with a beautiful background. And about halfway through my day, the camera just wigged out. So basically what the camera did, which this camera is a beast, by the way, but it is totally worth it. It's very large, very heavy, but it's an awesome camera and has some amazing features to it. But what this camera did is, as I was taking some shots, I was actually doing some HDR bracketing and wanted to try to get some of the mountains and the clouds, because it was a little bit cloudy yesterday, and be able to get some just real dynamic range. And so I was snapping some photos, and all of a sudden the camera just started wigging out, and so it did like a best way I can describe it, kind of servo motor type noise. And so I didn't know what to think, and I shut it off right away because I was like, man, what's this thing doing? And so I turned it back on, and it popped up with please turn camera off and then on again. And I'm gonna try to get a screenshot of that for you guys, because for some reason when I put it up here, it doesn't seem to pick it up. There's nothing that I can do with the camera anymore at that point. I switch it on, I switch it off, same thing. I've tried removing the lens, because some people said that the IBIS on the lens, if it has a problem, or other Panasonic cameras, remove the lens, see if it still does it, and then you can isolate it that way. Thought maybe the battery was dead or dying and it didn't have enough power, but it didn't register that, because I know the firmware is still pretty new on this. Charged the battery, put it in, still the whole day, couldn't do anything with it. So it pretty much ruined all my photographic and video expectations for the second half of our trip to Yosemite. I contacted Panasonic, tried doing their chat, which was horrible. I stayed waiting to be connected to an agent for probably 45 minutes. I actually called and got through all my phone conversation with them before the chat even came on. And even while calling them, I was notified 3 or 4 times that I may have to pay $9.95 for technical support, which I didn't have to. Thankfully, I would have been pretty bothered by that. But I did contact technical support. The camera's so new, they didn't really know anything about it. He tried to have me reset the camera, and I told him I can't even get to the menu. It comes on for a second or two, and then goes straight to the please turn camera off and then on again message. So at that point, he said he was going to escalate it to another department. I forget the name that he said. But he said it will take 24 to 48 hours to hear from them. And so I thought to myself, you know what, this doesn't seem like it's going to be much help. I definitely don't want to get stuck with a camera that is having issues. I was kind of hoping it was like a firmware thing, and maybe they had some kind of fix to it, or you know, maybe there's some kind of hard reset that I can do to get it to, you know, maybe run through its self-test cycles again and fix whatever is going on with it. But so I decided, after I got off the phone with him, is to contact HPhoto, which is where I purchased it from. B&H said that, well, they transferred me to their Pro camera department, and they had me pull the lens off, put the lens back on, make sure it's secure, try it, and it didn't do anything. So they said, okay, we're just gonna return it. So I ordered another camera so that way I can have it here tomorrow, because I was supposed to do a video shoot with this camera today, and didn't have it available for that. And I've got another video shoot scheduled for tomorrow, and I definitely wanted to try using this camera. So I ordered another one. It will be here tomorrow, and then I will be processing the return for this one through B&H. And so just wanted to share my experience with you guys. I know this is a hot new camera. It's definitely an awesome camera, so I hope the new one that I get doesn't have any of the same issues, because this thing is amazing. I think it's probably the best camera that you can buy right now. Everything about it is awesome, yeah, except for the price, which I guess in some terms it is awesome too, because some cameras are much more expensive than this. But what this camera is capable of is truly just awesome. It is very well built, very rugged. Can't wait to see, as the time goes on, the lenses that they come out for this new system. Just a very awesome camera. Shoots very high resolution photos, very good quality. I can zoom in very far and still see all the details. Have tried some low light stuff with it, and it can go very high in the ISO and still have practically no noise in it whatsoever. And if it does have any noise, then they are still pretty usable. I've only taken a couple video clips with it, so haven't tried out the full video capabilities, but from what I have seen, definitely awesome. So if I get an opportunity to kind of process some of the JPEGs that I took out of this, because I use HPhoto to edit all my photos. They don't support the RAW for this yet, so HPhoto, if you see this, please start supporting the RAW files for this camera, because I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to be able to use it. But maybe I'll post up some JPEGs. And maybe do a little bit of video footage that I've taken on there as well, so that way you guys can see some of that. But hope this lets people know that there might be an issue with this. So if you have this problem too, please leave it down in the comment section below. If you've experienced it and you've got it fixed, let us know how that happened as well. And if you have any other questions on the camera, just let me know. But if you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, share, all those things, and I will see you guys on the next one.